Yesterday I chose to choose joy, and I think for the most part I was successful. Um, One of my boys is encouraging me in different ways of, just call it growth, or basically getting my life back in order with all these different things that need to be done. My mom is going to a doctor appointment with me. That's probably been 30 years or more since she's went to a doctor appointment with me. Well, she's went to the ultrasounds, but going because I feel like I didn't even make the appointment. She did. Self-care has not been on my radar for a long time. Actually, it's strange because there's almost like a part of I don't know if it's this process or if it's just life. Maybe it doesn't matter whether this experience with John happened or not. It would have been what it is. But it is interesting to me because there were a couple times during the cancer process where in some ways I almost caused a fight with him. And I think because I felt like if we're fighting or it's so bad, then he's not going to really die. I mean, that just doesn't happen. If I just sit here and I don't pay these bills and I just watch my bank account dwindle and dwindle and just kind of look at it like, continuing to ignore this. Wonder what's going to happen. And I've been there. We have been in horrendous situations financially, actually, after the boys were born. There's no way I could work. John had went back to school because he had been laid off, so we basically had no jobs, and triplets. And so we had we had some really 6:30 in the morning, and I haven't been asleep in bed or asleep. I'm looking at myself in here, and I usually do this when I look bad, but so no explanation needed because this is my time. But nights sometimes are hard. Switching gears here, I woke up at 1. I'm still taking melatonin every night to sleep. For at least a few hours. And then sit in bed till 2:30 or so, and then watch a movie, watch some shows. Now I've got about 10 minutes before I need to get the kids up. And then I wonder, why am I not getting to work on time? And then I give myself this excuse of, well, this is why. I don't like get that pass. People don't get that pass in life. And I've been given so much. I get that pass. I can come back after I drop the kids off. And really, if I want to just screw things up completely, I don't have my first appointment till noon. So I could screw things up till 10 a.m. and not get things done. And not be at work by 9, 8. So as horrible as I feel at times, the reality is for this day, the middle of the night I was up all night in this warm bedroom with a TV that we put in because John was sick, with my wonderful dog that sleeps under the bed. But when he knew I was upset, he came and slept right next to me. And I'm sitting here on a heater. There's my heater. Excuse me. I'm not going to show too much of what's going on here because it's not pretty. But I've never outgrown my little heater vents. And I hope I never do. It's very comforting. So I've got the comforts of my childhood heater vent obsession. And I've got this peaceful home. And I've got my blessings. My 4 blessings. as a barren woman. I wanted these boys 10 years earlier, and yet if I'd had them 10 years earlier, they would all be grown and married, which I'm going to believe God's got them. Because in some ways that'd be better for them. but I'm going to believe God. God does go before me, and he goes before my boys. So there's a purpose that I don't see in this. And in spite of the tiredness, in spite of this, there are so many people who their husband dies. They don't get an extra hour of sleep. They don't have a mom who's willing to go with them to a doctor appointment. So I'll be thankful for a little extra sleep. And I will again today. It's hard to say choose joy when I'm so tired. And my heart hurts because I watched a romance movie where the man died. Well, not my best decision. But the funny thing is that I actually didn't cry till it was done. I hugged my dog and cried. And you know what I knew? My thought was, oh, I'm so glad John didn't see this show. Because he would have cried. He's pretty emotional. And especially in the middle of his cancer, he would have been like, that's so sad. So, God took my wonderful man. He selfishly, I'm not concerned about lightning bolts. My mom would be, but my God can handle it. He's got big shoulders. So I'm going to say selfishly. Because from my point of view, God selfishly took my man. He could wait. He could wait an eternity. It shouldn't affect him. But there was something beyond him wanting John home. He needed John to be home for his purpose. In my life, I don't know what it is. And in my kids' lives, and in any lives that any one of us affected by John, I mean, people who've been praying for him who we never even knew. God knows the intimate details. And who am I to go to bed for so long that I miss out on the opportunity to be a part of his plan? So I get an extra hour of sleep and other sleep, and I'm blessed beyond with the fact that we're not homeless, considering that I am working very part-time at the moment. And then I need to wake up. And even if it's slowly with my leg tingling, like I said before, because that's really what it feels like, is that just horrible pain of slowly becoming awake. And oh, I was talking about my son encouraging me in areas of growth, and I'm telling him, I can only do this much at a time. I haven't even paid my taxes in a number of years because that was John's job, and I've just ignored it. And I'm dealing with it now. And this can be a disaster, but I will wake up and I will not ever know the full story until I'm in heaven. And even if then, it won't even matter then, because I'll see my man. And to God be the glory.